Help support the channel. Go to thereef.support and get early access to podcasts, videos, and other content. That's thereef.support. Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about the MCU. We're going to talk about Victoria Alonso's mysterious Marvel exit, the damage control being done for it, and also Charlie Cox, because Geeky likes to talk about Charlie Cox.
I do.
We're going to talk about how there might be less real Cox on set and more CGI Cox.
Well, yeah, they're talking about they're going to be doing as much with a stunt double like we saw in the Netflix show, and instead they're going to do some CGI to make his gymnastics better.
Yeah, so let's talk about this, because this is one of the areas in which Victoria Alonso was heavily criticized, was the poor visual effects for Marvel Disney Plus shows. So let's take, Daredevil, which had some of the best choreography for fight scenes ever in a TV show ever. That hallway scene is iconic. And let's not do that, and let's just do more bad CGI.
Yeah, well, she'll be gone by then, but yes,
yeah,
basically.
I'm sure she still gets credit for this one, though.
I don't know if she does on this one. I think she does. I think she does,
Yeah, the lingering stench of Victoria Alonso.
So because you hate women.
Yeah, it is. We're going to talk about that, because we're already doing defense for. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Almost 300,000 subs.
Woohoo!
Thank you so much for the support. You get a woohoo from Geeky Sparkles. And yeah, let's talk about this, because the Victoria Alonso situation, it does seem like they are finally admitting that she did not leave on her own.
Oh, shocker. I don't think anybody thought that she did.
Yeah, well, some people are like, no, she just left. It's time to move on. I'm like, yeah, okay, sure, Jan. Sure, you're going to leave a cushy job like that. Where else are you going to go?
Well, she was co-boss. She'll tell you. We're going to get to that, I know.
Yeah, so this is coming from the Wrap. They basically start the article out with her being angry that somebody asked about her boss, Kevin Feige. She got angry.
No, he actually would be over her.
Yeah,
so
he would be.
That would make him her boss. I mean, attitude like this, I wonder why they got away with all the shit they got away with She-Hulk.
Yeah. So this starts out, this is coming from the Wrap, guys. This is a Hollywood publication. In summer 2019, at a home video day for Captain Marvel, Victoria Alonso, the then chief of production of Marvel Studios, bristled at a question. The innocuous query referred to Kevin Feige, president of the studio, as her boss.
Because he was.
He is not my boss, Alonso asserted before answering the question. She had a point. She technically reported to co-president Luis D'Esposito.
But then he reported to Feige.
Right.
So technically he's not her boss, but he's the boss of your boss.
Yeah.
So he's your boss.
He's your boss. Yet it was a moment when her cool veneer cracked, if only for a moment, and the flinty executive within was exposed. Her tenacity was a tool. She started as a visual effects supervisor, yada, yada, yada. She's been there for a while.
The visual effects person that dropped the ball.
Right. And then they make sure they get into this. Her ascent was even more impressive, given that she's a woman of color and a member of the LGBT community.
Didn't even know, nor did I care.
She's married to an Australian actress who appeared in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Okay, well, that's convenient. No, I didn't even know that this explains everything. But I didn't even know that. Like when we were making our videos before, we mostly focused on the FX stuff.
Yeah,
FX. We didn't talk about that because nor did we know.
I'll be honest. This is the first time that I have heard that she was gay when she got fired.
Don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I seriously don't care. But she has made a point of pushing diversity, inclusion, diversity.
Well, this makes a lot of sense because don't you know diversity? And I'm telling you, women and lesbians.
Yes, and the
MCU.
They changed. No, you're not allowed to call it that, even though the mainstream media is calling it that.
Yes,
the mainstream media is calling it that now, but they're referring to it as the MCU, the mainstream media.
They are now too.
Yeah, it's not just YouTubers.
Well, I'm allowed to because I'm a woman.
You're allowed to. You get that
pass.
Shield.
I get a pass.
You get the she pass.
I get the she pass. Yeah.
I think that's the name of a feminine hygiene product. She pass.
Mm-hmm. You're not allowed to call it feminine hygiene because it's menstruating person product.
I think they need to have She-Hulk brand tampons or something. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, well, off the green.
If they're green, you need to go see a gynecologist. Yeah, I think so.
For those extra bad months.
Those extra bad months, for those extra bad days, She-Hulk brand feminine hygiene products.
You won't like her when she's angry.
Yeah, I mean, hey, they do Fruity Pebbles with the Flintstones. They do Donald Duck orange juice. Disney, you're leaving money on the table. This could be your new Peter Pan peanut butter. This could be your new your She-Hulk brand tampons.
There you go.
Can
we go back to the point?
Yeah, this is about as much of a point as anything here. Anyway, they said her exit is shrouded in mystery. No, it's not a mystery.
Really. Stuff's did bad. They lost money. The VFX is the reason that a lot of things are delayed. She's in charge of it. She's probably a problem. Now they can get rid of her.
Yes, I think the VFX were used as a reason to get rid of her. Now, this is coming from LaneyGossip.com. Posted by Sarah, who is not like, I don't know, gossip rag, right? And they're talking about how all the men now are saying they want to get rid of wokeness. They're like,
oh, for fuck's sake.
Did they get rid of her because she's a nightmare micromanager terrorizing the VFX artists who work on Marvel movies? Is it because Marvel has been on an unprecedented run of bad press over the last couple of years, mostly related to VFX?
Both those are true.
Is it because Disney is under pressure from shareholders to cut Marvel's increasingly insane spending costs?
True.
Is it because Marvel got woke and Alonso, an outspoken queer woman, is to blame for that?
Most people aren't saying that, though.
A little of A, B, and C, and absolutely none of D.
No little A, B, and C. Completely A, B, and C, and a little bit of D.
Absolutely none of D, and anyone who thinks that needs to grow the fuck up.
Well, you know what? I think that this Sarah needs to grow the fuck up because people saying that are pissing her off enough to write this blog. Maybe she's the one who needs to grow the fuck up. But yes, A, B, and C are not a little bit. That is a massive part of it. And I'm sure, I didn't even know she was a lesbian, nor did I give a shit.
I didn't know.
I know that she was pushing a lot of stuff. And the stuff she's been pushing, and she's supposed to be basically the decision maker anymore with Feige, and they did the MCU, and the MCU, sorry, Sarah, has sucked balls, and I did that on purpose, just to piss you off, Sarah. It has sucked so terrible, and it has lost so much money from these poor decisions, and they're trying to right the ship. I'm sure, 100% sure she had something to do with that. I didn't even know she was a lesbian. It doesn't matter. But I know that she herself has been at the center of a lot of this shit several times. It makes more sense now.
I knew this was where things were going to go.
Fuck up, Sarah.
And we're going to see probably, I guarantee you, the Mary Sue here within the next couple of days probably be running this. Like, out of the three founders of Marvel Studios, why was it Victoria Alonso who got gone? Is it because they hate queer women?
No, it's because she was in charge of the VFX and it went down the shitter and they've delayed everything and she's a nightmare and all the studios are complaining. She's blacklisted pretty much everybody that you could use to work for you and they're all working for other people and refuse to work for you and now they're going to unionize and it all comes down to people saying she was a little tyrant. So that might be more to do with it.
I think it's all of the above. I think it's A through D. I think it's basically she is difficult. She did mess up the VFX situation. I think it is on her head, all the problems. And I think that she was given a lot more power. And because of that, she was the one who helped push the MCU into the MCU direction it's in right now.
Well, Sarah's opinion means very little because she's a bigot. Because according to this, nothing is ever as simple as the good and evil binary. Nuh-uh. There are multiple levels of good and evil, Sarah. People identify in different levels of good and evil, Sarah. How dare you? There's no such thing as binary. Has the current year taught you nothing, Sarah? There's no binary. There's not just male and female. There's not just good and evil. There's just many layers. Chaotic good. There's neutral good. You're just, what a bigot.
Here it comes. It's hard to ignore the undercurrent of misogyny surrounding news of her firing, from online nerds crowing "Ding dong, the witch is dead."
Yeah, I forgot I have a penis, according to Sarah.
And vocally hoping Kathleen Kennedy is next. She's not. We'll come back to this in a couple months and see where we're at. But who knows? To those reporting on this as if Alonso is solely responsible for the state of the VFX industry, Disney Marvel has been under pressure from shareholders, from fans, from vendors to fix a PR problem, and they did. Now let's see if any of the actual problems get solved.
It is her. They're flat out saying from the VFX houses, the people that work there said it was her.
Yeah, I think it's her. I think the MCU is her. I think they listen to her because she look, she bristles when you say, Kevin Feige's your boss. She is the one, and she's gone out publicly and said, pushing for more diversity in Marvel and these new characters. She's the one that came up with the brain fart to change Namor.
I'm just so fucking fucking tired. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so fucking tired of this. That anytime people call out that she's full of shit and she's a terrible person, it's because of misogyny. Maybe some people, there are women and there are people that have tits and that, identify as having tits and whatever. And there's you guys that have tits, but whatever. I'm tired of hearing that if anything goes wrong and it involves someone that is some kind of minority, it's some kind of bigotry. Maybe she's just a raging bitch. Maybe she made bad decisions. I'm tired of hearing that it's because, misogyny. They threw her under the bus because of misogyny. It's like, you know what? No. And everybody on the internet's complaining because they're misogynists. Fuck you, Sarah. I want to see this in a few months, and we'll see. Well, actually, time will tell if problems get solved. If problems get solved, I hope Sarah comes back and apologizes for her bullshit, because I'm so tired of hearing it's only misogyny. Because it's easy. I'm going to dismiss anybody who doesn't agree with me by calling them a bigot, even if I'm wrong.
Fans have a convenient target for their annoyance that their favorite pop culture thing is going through a rough patch. Oh, can we admit that now? Because I remember just a year ago, if you said Marvel is in trouble, Marvel's in trouble, you were literally a Nazi.
They have not been saying that they're rebudgeting Marvel. That's not what they've said. They said they're trying to cut $5.5 billion from a lot of things across the board. And they have too many projects going. And there is a brand fatigue, which I think is a big part of it. The Phase 4 did shit. People are tired of superhero movies. Yeah. They're tired of a lot of this crap.
Well, they're tired of shitty superhero movies. If Marvel had kept up the quality after Endgame, which they didn't, there was no plan. They basically had a plan to get to Infinity War, to get to Endgame, and then after that it was like, who knows? We'll just make it up as we go.
The biggest complaints people have had of late was the stories were not as good.
No.
And the special effects were garbage.
Yes.
And the special effects and the post-production shit was on Alonso. I'm sorry if you don't like it. I think Sarah would be totally fine if it was a dude and be like, yeah, that's right, it's a dude and they deserved it. I'm tired of hearing this. There's an excuse because, they're cutting budgets. No. Sarah, we do this all the time. I think you're just jumping in because you think you can get clicks off of yelling misogyny. And the thing is, they were going to cut stuff. They were already cutting things, but that was not the main reason. I think they got rid of Alonso. I think they got rid of her because she's created huge delays in projects. COVID, they could blame it on initially. Now it's her. Even if that's not all her, they're going to blame it on her. For whatever reason, they're using her as to throw overboard. And I'm sure it'll get better. She's behind a lot of things people are not happy about. And according to people that she blacklisted, she's a bitch. I'm sorry.
There's your misogyny right there. Geeky Sparkles bringing you your daily dose of Disney misogyny. Or is it your Marvel misogyny?
Oh yeah. Speaking of VFX and cocks, let's talk about.
Speaking of dicks, no.
Yeah, because she said misogyny. We're going to talk about one of my favorite cocks, Charlie Cox, and I didn't say he wasn't my favorite.
He's not your favorite.
But he's one of them.
He's in the top 3.
It's because in the new Daredevil Born Again series, okay, the stuntman from the original Netflix show, the one who did the hallway fight and, all the amazing, fight scenes that they had in the Netflix show that's, why everybody loves Daredevil so much.
Iconic scene.
Right.
Yes.
He's not allowed to come back he's not back for Daredevil Born Again. He wasn't even allowed to interview for Daredevil Born Again. And he's pretty upset about it, which I don't blame him. Well, I guess in an interview, I think there might be a partial reason for this, because Charlie Cox said that they're actually leaning into CGI for this.
Yeah, so this is kind of crappy. I mean, I'm going to be honest. It's kind of crappy of Charlie Cox to say, hey, I hope we do more CGI. You know?
No, but I'm just saying that's what Disney's planning. That's what he's saying. And we're already behind on all these shows and stuff because the FX stuff is behind because they have been treating them like shit, not paying them, demanding the moon. There's a lot of reasons why. Apparently, a lot of it falls onto Alonso. And now, for the new show, they're going to rely on CGI. Instead of when they have somebody can do the fight scenes like we did with Netflix, and it was cool because it wasn't all CGI'd. No, we're going to add CGI to the fight scenes so they could do more gymnastics.
Yeah, I mean, look, I get that it's really hard to replicate everything Daredevil does in the comics, with practical effects. But the problem you run into is when, with Marvel especially, they've relied way too much on CGI. I mean, they're like CGIing costumes on people that don't even need. I mean, look at Thor Ragnarok. Kate Blanchett, her character, it was completely CGI. The whole costume was CGI.
Why? That could have worked as a costume.
Because reasons, So it's like, I mean, again, it's like there's this over-reliance on, the capes are CGI and this is CGI. Everything is so effing fake. And
well, now it's probably because if you do the real stuff, people are so used to the CGI, it's going to look fake.
Probably.
Okay, they're saying, and again, what they're saying about batons, particularly because he can ricochet things off of walls and knock somebody out. And I'm sure there's people out there that can do that, but they don't have anybody who can do it on camera. So that, like, it was just that much and that's all, okay. And they just bookend it with those things. But we're talking Marvel.
Yeah, it'll be ridiculous. It'll be, and plus he's going to be rocking the yellow costume too, I think, in this one. And I'm like, the CGI bright yellow costume, that's going to look ridiculous.
Well, I don't know.
It's going to look, I don't know. I mean, whatever the reason is, like here, again, this is like, God.
If they don't have as many good fight scenes as they did in the Netflix show, they're going to hear about it.
I'm telling you right now, the show is going to suck ass. Like people.
They're not going to give you that on Disney Plus.
No. Sucking ass?
No, that.
Oh, that, no.
You should wear that. You wouldn't wear it long, but you should wear that.
I won't be able to see anything. Or is that the point? Anyway, I lost my train of thought now.
I bet you did.
I was thinking about batons.
I didn't have to flash boobs.
Okay. No. I'm just like, I mean, look, guys. You want to talk about failing, like they only know how to fail at this point. It's like, come on, this is the state of, like, you have a formula that works. Like even Money in the Bank, give us another season, another solid season of Daredevil with the same cast, with the same style, the same action sequences, and people will watch it. What are they going to do? No, let's just change it all. Let's just, let's make it funnier and let's put Daredevil.
They're saying that it's going to be more comedic.
Yeah, let's maybe Daredevil, maybe he could do the Macarena in this one. Wouldn't that be funny?
No, he's going to probably hook up with She-Hulk again.
Oh my God. Yeah, they can have a booty call.
Probably.
Oh my God.
We're going to make him more slutty than before.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Kind of slutty already.
He can do the walk of shame like 3 or 4 times in the series. So they're saying that the timeline, though, they're apparently not going to have Foggy and Karen in it.
Well, that's what people were thinking. They're not going to have it. But people were like, are they though? Because I guess they think this is going to be during the snap.
Yeah.
And it sounds like Foggy and Karen aren't there because they got snapped, and they're wondering if they're going to bring them back when they return. That they'll come back.
This is how they get out of paying them. Like, hey, we can cut some costs here. We can, like, not pay these two.
Or they can bring them in for just a couple episodes.
Yeah. We don't have to pay them to be regulars, because we can pay them less if they just cameo. Honest to God, that's probably what, because I know, like, the Marvel actors, like, they had cameos that didn't count toward their contract. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember the exact way it worked, but they could, like, if they had them in the movie for less than so many minutes. It was a cameo and not, like, an appearance counting toward their contractual obligations, right? And this was kind of like how they got away with, like, so many people in Civil War. It was like, oh, it was a cameo. It wasn't like one of your movies. So they could do that too. Be like, oh, we just paid them cameo rates because we just had Foggy and Karen show up at the very end.
I don't know, but they're saying they wonder if we still might get them back. And there's a bunch of people demanding they come back or asking for them to return. But they're assuming that they're snapped, which is why he's with different characters now. Yeah,
none of this makes sense with the Kingpin at all, because apparently he was snapped too. I don't know. And he's supposed to be fighting. I don't know. I think it's going to be, I'm going to be honest. I was initially excited when they said, hey, we're going to do more Daredevil. And then I saw what they did with Daredevil and She-Hulk. And I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I am done. I don't need it. I honest to God, I could never watch another Marvel movie, Disney Marvel movie. I'd watch another Spider-Man movie. I could never watch another Disney Marvel movie, and I'd be totally fine with it.
Well, I'll probably watch this one.
Because for the cocks. Watch it for the cocks.
Just to see if it's good. If the cocks isn't good, if the show isn't good, I mean, yeah.
Daredevil's dead. Long live the yellow wiener.
Like, if it sucks, I'm not going to watch it anymore. But I will, of course, watch it for the first episode, at least to see the story and the plot.
For the plot,
I'm watching for the plot.
Watch it for the plot. All right. So I don't know, guys. We're going to wrap this up. Mm-hmm. I think we're going to see a lot of articles like this as the media tries to make sense of why a queer woman of color got fired in Hollywood in current year, and the short answer is money.
Well, the short answer is you're being held accountable.
Yes.
Based on what you've done and what your performance is, and not because hiding behind the fact that you're a lesbian and not white.
And that is true equality. That's what I thought everybody was all about, right?
No. They're just about equality as long as they get everything they want and
Okay.
they never have to suffer any consequences.
And we're going to see a lot more of this. We're going to see a lot more of this.
Sarah, kisses
We're going to wrap it up.
on my ass. Yeah.
Okay. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.